we do want to continue on now with some breaking news, this time out of the LA area. I want to show you a live look that we have right now of LAX. Just about 45 minutes north, we do want to let you know that a suspect was arrested after gunshots were fired from a Malibu home. Fox's Laura Diaz is there at the scene in Malibu with much more information. Laura, thanks so much for being with us here on Live Now. What can you tell us about that suspect and the scene that unfolded there?
Well, Christina, I can tell you we're right here at Carbon Canyon Road and Pacific Coast Highway in Malibu. Of course, this is known for movie stars and a very luxurious life, but up until about an hour ago, this neighborhood was on lockdown. Let's look at some of the video from earlier today that was shot from SkyFOX, and we're talking about a residence that was here in the 22,000 block of Carbon Mesa Road. We were told by neighbors that about 1:40 in the afternoon, they heard shots fired. They became alarmed. They called the sheriff's department and they showed up very quickly. We are told that the suspect in this case fired upon those law enforcement officers, those sheriff's deputies, and we are so happy to be able to report he was taken into custody. No one was hurt, no residents, no law enforcement officials, but what they learned, we are told, was that this man was retired military. He had a very strong knowledge of weaponry, so of course this could have been a much different outcome. We did hear from one young man who said that he was close friends with one of the neighbors. They said that they got a knock at the door. They were told either to shelter in place or to get out if they were anywhere near the home. This was before, of course, the suspect was taken into custody. That's how the level of fear had, at that point, reached a crescendo. They were so worried that someone could get hurt or potentially killed. I can't tell you much about the suspect except that we know that he was taken into custody. We were not allowed into the neighborhood. Just literally minutes ago, the black and whites left the neighborhood. So now we will venture up and try to get more information about the suspect and talk to people who live in the area about what they encountered this day, just one day after Thanksgiving, when most people went shopping, when many people found themselves on lockdown in this very luxurious neighborhood here in Malibu. Sending it back to you.
All right, thanks to Matt. Again, thanks to Laura Diaz. We do have some sound as well from one of those witnesses there on the scene. I want to play that out for you as well here on Live Now. Let's listen in.
He doesn't live on the street. My friend, he's on a trip overseas, but he lives in Malibu. He said he knew who the guy was. He said that he was around 50 years old and he was in the Marines and he was a sniper specialist. So that's why he said he knew the guy. I don't remember what the name was, but he said he knew the guy. I'll try to ask him what the name was.
And he was living in a guest house?
He was living in the guest house of the main house. So there was one big driveway, and then on the left it was the main house you could see, and then it was a small garage turned into a guest house where she was at.
No one knows what set him off.
Nobody knows. It was around 1:40 when one of the neighbors heard there was gunshots and then called the police 10 minutes later, and then that's when this whole ordeal happened.
Right.
Again, we do want to thank the reporter Laura Diaz there for giving us the very latest update on everything that was happening there in the Los Angeles